What's up, everybody? It's your pal George Corbin, and I'm about to enter one of the spookiest liquor stores in Indianapolis. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your pal George Corbin,
And Danny Stringer Marxist.
and it's a very spooky episode.
Spooky Halloween 2024.
Oh, dude, I'm freaking stoked.
How many years has the dudes doing some brews been doing Halloween specials?
Oh man, since the first year, which I was 2018.
Since the first year we've been doing them.
I think 6 years. I think this is the 6th annual Dudes, Tunes, and Brews freaking Halloween episode.
There might have been one hiatus year, but yeah, it's been,
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
been a good run.
But everything about Halloween definitely supports what we're about, which is being dudes, listening to some tunes, and of course
Drinking some brews.
Yeah, and drinking on Halloween is always fun. Actually, any illicit substance on Halloween always seems like it's illegal.
It is kind of the time that you get to crack open whatever it is.
Yeah, something
you know?
that maybe you got back in May at a festival, and it's like, oh, I should
Just
probably
been-
get rid of this before Christmas.
Just been keeping it in the drawer just in case. It's like, hey, Halloween, that's the time.
Yeah, and also, I don't know, maybe some old beverages you've had packed away. I know this time of year I love Oktoberfest, and last year I did a lot of Oktoberfest reviews that I'm actually just releasing now.
Oh yeah, there was that one. We got to make it out to the Black Dog Brewery.
And
yeah.
I still haven't. It's been a year, and I've still not made it
Oh,
there.
that's a trip coming up soon. In the next year or two.
Yeah, I'll be there. You'll see. And yeah, it's just in Mooresville. It's not even that freaking
Not
far
far.
away.
Yeah,
Not that
it's an
far away.
achievable distance. They make good beers. We got to go down there.
Yeah.
Speaking of good beers, maybe we should try one. Huh?
Do you want to try one of these pumpkin beers? Well, if you look ahead, right in front of you, we got a slew of brews right here.
I had one that caught my eye, the smashed pumpkin.
Oh, you want to just go for it, huh?
Yeah, I'm saying let's do it.
All right. Do you have yourself a cup?
Sally, will you serve me?
Sally is good at what she does. I don't have a cup.
Oh, you don't have a cup.
No, I left my cup over there at Studio B.
I'm gonna snap my fingers like this.
Whoa!
Oh, we got ourselves a cup.
Whoa, that's some witchcraft.
Spooky. What do you want to do?
Drink this beer, man.
Damn straight.
Okay, so what do we got? We got
I was
dog-
suggesting we went with the smashed pumpkin, but if we want to do this one first, the dogfish head, that's good. Yeah. Let's save the smashed pumpkin for later.
Oh, I didn't even know. I just went with the one I
Yeah,
thought
it's
you were
on the
pointing out.
outside.
Because, I'm not blinded by these lights.
It's perfectly easy to see everything in the studio right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. Maybe it's just a smudge on my glasses because I am a milkman. And you know,
And my journalistic integrity tells me that he can't see shit.
we hit a lot of porches. Just know that much. What do we got here? We got Off-Centered Art Series by Dogfish Head, Pumpkin Ale. It's a brown ale brewed with pumpkin spices, 7% alcohol by volume.
Dogfish head usually comes in kind of diesel.
Yeah.
How do you feel about dogfish heads in general?
Dogfish Head, to me, is easily one of my favorite beers of all time. I really love the 60,
Yeah,
90,
60,
120
yeah,
series. I've never had a 120, but that kind of got me...
intimidating.
Yeah, it really is, because I got into the 90s, and the 90 is 9%.
Yeah.
And I got a few nights of blackout drunk on some Dogfish Head 9% because it's so smooth and it's so good, and it's that perfect middle of the road beer that I like, where it's not too dark, But effervescent, goes down smooth, good belchability.
Yeah, the problem with the 90 and the 120 is it's not bad tasting enough to make you drink it slow.
It's not. It's definitely like, all right, I have one of those. I'll have another. And then when you got 2 down, that's like 5 beers.
It's over. It's over. Yeah.
So I think without further ado, it's time for us to
crack that brew.
Ooh, you see that little haze that came off of it?
There was a little bit of spooky.
Ooh, yeah, get a little
good smell.
sniff. All right, so I'm going to just pour a little dirty here to those first set of lines. And
I will take the same.
Let's do it to you. And then we're going to top it off. Top. Top, no bottoms. I don't know what that means.
Chip, chipperoo. Cheers to you.
And to you, sir.
The aroma, wonderful.
How do you feel about pumpkin beers in general? It's something that I'm just getting into where I actually enjoy them.
I don't love them. Yeah, it's not like, ooh, I can't wait to drink. It's the Halloween season. I can't wait to drink pumpkin beers.
Right.
It's not like that. But I will say this one's very flavorful. It's not over the top with any of it though.
No, no, definitely not. It tastes like pumpkin.
Oh yeah.
If you've had anything pumpkin booze wise, it's there. It's not trying to hide nothing.
I don't even know if it actually tastes like pumpkin. You ever eat a pumpkin? I guess pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I've eaten pumpkin, and it's kind of...
You just eating a pumpkin, like carved open the top and scoop it out?
It's not great.
Eat all the stringy brains?
Sure, yeah.
Why not?
I'm just like, that's how I grew this beer. It's all.
It helps grow your beer.
It's nourishing on the chest. So yeah, I've eaten pumpkin. I'm like some naughty pumpkin eating guy, you know. No, I would say that.
I thought maybe it was like strawberry, you know, like there's the fake strawberry taste that we're familiar with. It's not actually like the real strawberry taste. That was my point. Like we can taste like pumpkin while it's just like the thing that we associate being a pumpkin taste.
Well, the thing is about pumpkin though, and I thought about this a while ago, is like with pumpkin spice, that's the thing that everybody's like, ooh, it's pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
All this is like cinnamon and nutmeg.
Right.
You know, and it's like, we're going to overpower everything with this. I'm like, that's also apple spice and like any other spice you want it to be where you're baking breads and shit. But like pumpkin itself tastes like squash because it's what it is.
Yeah, totally.
So it's kind of sweet potato-ish, but not as sweet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's in this. Yeah, man. Freaking pumpkin. And I like how they spell it like that's how our cat's name is spelled.
Pumpkin.
Punkin. Pumpkin. I love that.
We're punkin out.
We're punkin out here on Dudes, Tunes, and Brews. What are you going to rate this bad boy?
I got to give this a high rating. It's definitely above a 4. So we're in the 4 brews category.
Right.
And then I've tried to institute this new thing, the micro brews, right? We got 1 to 10 micro brews between 4 and 5. I'm going to give it 7 micro brews.
Whoa! It's a 4-7. When you mention the micro brews, I picture when you get on a scale, like an old scale, and you get the big one.
Right? It goes up to 4.
And like, oh, and then they start doing the little one.
The sliding.
Yeah, the sliding scale.
I'll tell you what, man. I remember I was in 7th grade. I was in wrestling, right? And we did a weigh-in for a tournament. You didn't have to typically weigh in. But for the tournament, you had to weigh in.
Sure,
and I was a little overweight for like 75 pounds or whatever it is. I was
75 pounds?
Yeah, middle school. Yeah, I was little.
Sheesh.
And I was not going to make it, right? So I'm like running around like one does, you know, with sweats on. I'm like spitting in the toilet. I go to the bathroom as many times as possible. And then I get on the oldest scale they have. Completely naked, covering up my private
snap,
like in the weigh-in room in front of everybody. It's like it's seared in this experience.
Were you like on your tippy toes, trying to get that
Just
last little gram off?
And I remember it specifically. He's moving the microbrews, right? And he's like, I see some daylight. As in, like, he saw it tip down, right?
No.
He could see some light between. And it's like, I made the weigh-in. And then I lost in the second round of the tournament. Damn it.
What a weird thing to be so particular about, but it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, people won't drink water for 3 days and
Yeah.
shit. You're like, dude. And then you're going to go wrestle to hydrate?
Right? Yeah, I think that was kind of one of the reasons I didn't do as well as I could have in the tournament is I had to go through that experience at the beginning. Or maybe I just wasn't that good. I don't know. Point is, it's a good beer.
Yeah, I would say, I would agree. It's a good beer. And I will also, I'm going to give it a 4 point. I'm going to give it a 4.7 as well.
4.7.
Yeah, I'm going to match you because I like it. First off, it's got a good little booziness to it that I'm kind of tasting and feeling.
No, it's Dogfish Head.
It's Dogfish Head. It's doing that Dogfish Head thing that it does. And I'd like that they didn't do something weird, like add like some spices into it. Sometimes
it does have like a spicy flavor, but again, it's not overwhelming.
No, it's just hints of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a good
Probably
beer.
some cinnamon. Yeah, maybe some cumin.
You think it's got? I think it's
Nutmeg.
loaded with coriander.
What obscure spice could we put into this brew? You know.
Hey,
Eye of Newt.
You want anise? Oh, you don't want anise? You want Eye of Newt? Ah, yeah, it's got a licoricey flavor as well. What do you hear about this deal where it's like beaver butthole is like imitation of vanilla? You ever hear about this?
No.
Yeah, look it up. Beaver anal glands.
They taste good?
Yeah, I guess it tastes like vanilla.
So, I mean, anyway, that's what we're doing tonight. We're just trying some brews, thinking about the Dudes, Tunes and Brews Halloween special. It's been a lot of fun working on over the years.
For sure.
We've done some fun clips. Is there one that we want to go to right now?
I think we've got a song and a segment that we can throw out there. It's on the notes. So we're trying to get professional here, people.
Without further ado, take it away, Jake.
Jake!
Hey! Jake! Like, take it away.
All right, and thanks for being here on Dudes, Tunes, and Brews. And we'll be right back after this. Jake!
They say if you look into this smoldering pumpkin, you'll see your future.
Woke up too late this morning, thought I better go. Then I saw my guitar in the corner and I needed to show myself I still knew this little lick. I played it and it made me sick, but I kept on picking and I playing, and my voice it got to singing. I don't wanna go nowhere. You can find me from my job, I don't care. Once I get to picking and to singing, and my stomach starts to growl, then you know what it's time for. It's time to howl. Whoa. The people start coming from all over to listen to me. They wanna hear song after song after song, but I got places to be. We don't understand you, man. Oh, you little leg understand. Yes, I hear you perfectly. We can respect each other's privacy. Don't wanna go nowhere. You can find me from my job, I don't care. 'Cause once I get to picking and to singing, and my stomach starts to growl, then you know what it's time for. It's time to
it's better than drinking and biking. That's
It's
much.
It's a good time.
If I can be a drunk and a bicyclist, I think, well, who gives a shit?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, his liver, but also his abs. And we're back. Yeah, no. Welcome back to Dudes, Tunes, and Brews. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
This is the Halloween episode. A lot's gonna happen. Oh, you know what? We're talking about Halloween. We're talking about Broken Lizard. They did a horror film.
They did?
Yeah, it was called Club Dread.
Ah, yes.
And it was kind of like a
No,
whodunit.
this was the one that I thought they kind of fell off with.
That was their movie after Super Troopers. So that's even before Beer Fest.
Maybe I'm going to have to reevaluate
You're gonna
my
have to reevaluate,
understandings of the universe.
Yeah, Broken Lizard. And that one guy isn't Mexican. Oh,
That's his nickname. Not Mexican.
Not Mexican. I think he's Indian.
Yeah, I think he's Indian.
Indian's
You
hilarious.
can chug syrup with the best of them.
It's
that's for
funny
sure.
what a mustache will do. Because honestly, some of the biggest transitions in Hollywood have somehow involved a mustache. Like Jason Lee on My Name is Earl.
Made a big difference.
Way different.
Yeah. And we were just talking about Weird Al. Mustache.
I like
no mustache.
I like mustache Weird Al better. But Weird Al did the whole thing where he got rid of the short curly hair.
Yeah, long hair.
And the glasses.
And no glasses.
And no mustache. He took away all his accessories. Alex Trebek didn't trust him after his mustache.
You know what? Actually, I thought Alex pulled it off. He could do the no mustache.
But
here at Dudes, Tunes, and Brews, we fully endorse mustaches at all occasions. You, too.
Whether
grow
you're
your
into,
mustache.
Whether you're into like a typical mustache, a handlebar, whether you're male or female, we advocate that. Truck stash. We talked about the truck
You
stash.
gotta get the truck. You gonna truck stash me, Brad Odom? I'm gonna truck stash you.
Think about that. Think about that. And while we're thinking about that, why don't we try another beverage?
Absolutely. Yes, I was looking at this Smashed Pumpkin, the Smashing Pumpkins.
I didn't even think
We're
about
a great
that, dude.
band of my formative years. I still love them, although the early stuff is my preference, but that's okay. Billy, you just keep doing your thing, and I endorse that. But we'll see what this drink has to say.
So you're a guy, you're probably one of those mayonnaise fans. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know about mayonnaise. Yeah, that's not my favorite. No, I mean, like, Disarm.
Yeah.
Great track.
Yeah.
Great track.
So you like Siamese Dream?
Oh, Siamese Dream was huge. Gish, though, good. I am one as you are free. Riding on the Messiah trilogy. That was me not knowing the words.
And not killing the copyright. And let's go ahead and check this one out. You got your cup?
I got
Sally's
my cup.
Still holding
Sally's
on to it?
still holding on to it
And
for
I think
me.
it's time for you to do the cracking.
I will crack that brew.
Oh!
And we're going to do the same thing. A little bit of a dirty pour to the first line.
So you know what I like about the Smashing Pumpkins name is obviously when people think of Smashing Pumpkins, what do you think of? Literally Smashing Pumpkins.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I found out it's a British slang for nice tits.
What? Oh, Smashing Pumpkins, mate. Yeah.
And once I heard that, it's the best.
I really like that more.
I like sexual innuendos for rock and roll names. Like Rolling Stones. That's like a total like dirtbag. It's like, hey, I'm coming in, I'm leaving.
9%.
Oh, snap, dude. By
Imperial
Shipyard.
Pumpkin Ale Shipyard, Portland, Maine.
Oh, you can smell it. It's very...
Smash the idea of what you thought a pumpkin beer should be. Shipyard is bold and strong, but finishes smooth with notes of caramel and cinnamon. I can't wait to try it.
All right, no raisins in this.
Cheers.
Whoa.
Oh, it stays on the mustache.
That is just like eating pumpkin pie.
It is.
It's sweet, but not overtly sweet.
No, it's not too sweet, and it 9%, and yet like the alcohol in it is completely smoothed by that pumpkin pie flavor you're describing.
Yeah.
This is quite good.
This might be up there as like perfect in so many ways. But
I don't know if I can give it a 5 because like I just don't love pumpkin beers enough. But this is about the best damn pumpkin beer I've ever drank.
Man, I like these flavor combinations. I've learned that nutmeg is a much better flavor than I realized. Have you ever gotten the essence of nutmeg?
I've heard that you can hallucinate on nutmeg. Have you heard about that?
I remember hearing that through my eyes after eating too much nutmeg.
If you wolf down like a heroic dose
it's like
of nutmeg,
like
it will make you like want to vomit, because it's like too dry. There's another thing that's like weed related. What is it, like kratom?
Kratom.
Yeah, it's like that.
Or kratom or
if you can get it down, you're supposed to hallucinate on it. I have not tried it. You let us know if you've tried it.
Pretty much all the spices are like that. If you look at the
too much.
If you look at the old American cookbook, like the Americana cookbook, they were really big against spices, like heavy spices, because a lot of those came from other places. Like,
right. Yeah.
The
Orient.
The Orient. You got spices in the Middle East, Mexican spices, like things that are spicy don't necessarily have to be hot spicy.
Yeah. No.
But you get a lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon can make you kind of in a trippy state. Pretty much anything.
Yeah, I think if you ingest enough, it will like mess your system up.
But to go that deep into it is...
I don't want to do it. I don't want to go on that journey.
There's too many tannins involved. Like, can you cook it out? That's my thing.
What was the name of the Full House family?
Tanners.
Too many tannins. Too many
tanners. Cut it out. And speaking of television series, what's your favorite Halloween series? Like, who did the Halloween best, specials-wise?
Oh, I mean, my just, like, knee-jerk reaction is Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
We go into it on that route.
Yeah.
Yep. Simpsons.
But I will immediately reply with that with regular show. They had a...
really?
They had a...
I could see that.
What was it that they called it? We'll have to look it up. But they did a series every Halloween, and they would tell scary stories to each other. Yeah. And then the like cartoon would go from there. Right?
I love regular shows so much.
Oh, it's a great show. Dudes, Tunes, and Brews is a huge fan of regular show. If you don't know it, highly recommend it. Mordecai and Rigby. Oh! It's a good time.
It's kind of, they sort of said it's loosely based off of the Mighty Boosh.
I love the Mighty Boosh.
Pretty much the first season, though, where they worked in the zoo. And they even got a gorilla. Think about that.
Kind of like Skips.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah, the first season of the Mighty Boosh was the best. I know it got a little...
Old Greg was how the Mighty Boosh got to me.
That was like when they got viral.
Greg.
That whole deal. But then you go back and like I really got into the radio program.
Yeah.
And then they did some live stuff. And then their whole thing with... what is it where they play off each other where it's basically they're saying stuff back and forth, but it's almost like they're ad-libbing it, and it's like skip it, I forget what that whole thing is so fucking gold. But it totally is a very
Did they do Halloween stuff?
No. They always do like fantasy weird. It always felt every episode felt like
weird,
Halloween.
Very weird. Yeah, they did a thing actually. Now I'm remembering Mighty Boosh. They did like a scat.
Yeah,
that
show was so fucking funny, dude. If you get a chance to check that out, but they felt very adjacent to like a Tim Burton-esque type of like weird, but not like horrific.
Yeah,
just odd.
Now Tim Burton, we were talking about this recently. Like he is such a great talent of giving things a twist, right? Mm-hmm. But it's not in any way that you couldn't show your kid.
It's very much always going to be PG-13 or less.
Yeah.
And it might be a racy PG-13, like, nice fucking model, But, like,
and, like, at the end of Edward Scissorhands, I just played it for my daughter, and when Edward, like guts him, right? And, takes him out the window, like, that's intense.
Yeah.
But...
Well-deserved.
Well-deserved. That dude was so villainous.
He was perfect.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
It's the guy from Weird Science.
Yeah. Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes.
What an interesting career he's had.
I mean, Weird Science, Edward Scissorhands. That's enough Like you slam dunked it, man.
Yeah.
You can retire.
He was on the Dead Zone. They did a version of that, like when the Sci-Fi Channel was out and about doing this thing in like the early aughts. Is that what they call the early 2000s?
The early, no, I really am fond of it. The early aughts, referring it to the zeros as the aughts.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
Roseanne was always like representative of my family, like the blue collar family, where things were always kind of tight, but we were always like willing to laugh and make fun of things. And Halloween is like the poor people's holiday.
Totally.
It's all like your house is dilapidated, but you know what?
You can lean into that.
Sort of cool. Yeah. And then that kind of happened to me the other day. I went to the
it's 100% true. Halloween is more for the poorer people. Christmas is for the rich people, right?
Yes.
Halloween is like, shit's kind of fucked up, and we can lean into that.
Let's have a fire, and I have spiders.
Yeah, we got spiders.
You
man.
know? Yeah.
Like, I've been cultivating them.
I went to the rundown.
Can't get rid of them.
Went to the rundown Dollar Tree the other day, and like the window was busted out, and they had caution tape over it. And I was like, dude, their Halloween decorations are getting wild. And then I realized,
dude, I think a guy got murdered here last night, or did he?
Or is it decorations? That's what I love about it. You don't know. You know, so you go to the really...
Did Roseanne do a Halloween thing? They did a Halloween episode?
Every year.
Every year.
And they were the best. Like, check it out. It's definitely good.
I like Roseanne, but I did not, I wasn't like a person that watched the show or went back and rewatched it.
You haven't rewatched it?
Was on. I do like Roseanne, and of course we love John Goodman. He's a great actor, but the cast did a thing, like they had a good ensemble.
They felt like family.
Yeah.
They
really very
did.
much. Yeah.
They're my favorite, and then the other would always be anything that Nickelodeon was doing from like 93 to 2003.
They like couldn't miss.
They were another one that just understood the assignment.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
That actually, back to regular show, they came in of the heyday of Cartoon Network. Like they got it. And they actually satirized themselves a little bit in this.
Mm-hmm.
That like the executives were messing it up, and Cartoon Network has since, like, I think it's just doesn't exist at all anymore. It hasn't made it through the only in streaming. Yeah. But I don't even know that it has like a streaming presence other than in legacy material. I don't think it's an operating studio or network anymore.
No, they wrapped it up.
Yeah.
It's on Max.
Yeah. Although they took regular show off Max, and I feel crushed.
Adult Swim has its own streaming service.
Might have to.
That's where I watch China, Illinois.
Hey, what do you think of this beer? Huh? How am I gonna rate this beer?
I'm gonna rate this beer 4.85.
Ooh.
I like it a little bit better than the other beer. It's more pumpkin pie-esque, which I like. It's not spicy. It's smooth. It's 9%, and that puts it almost into a cider
Diesel.
territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I do like it better than the other one, so I'm going to give it the old 4.8. Yeah. 8 microbrews.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah,
Smash
like
Pumpkin. So without further ado, let's listen to another song, shall we?
I think it's a good idea. And also, while we're listening to the song, why not check out a film review we did?
Hey.
We've been talking about TV series. Let's talk about movie series. And when we got back, I got a few movies of my own that I pulled out of the stash.
Can't wait.
Here on Dudes.
Tunes.
And Brews! Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
That's a good segment.
We got a little bit political there. We mentioned
we got politics without getting political.
Yeah.
just got back from the Nightmare on Shelby, and we figured what better to do than chug a beer.
Oh, it tickles the innards. You beat me. So that was a nice chug. That felt good.
You won.
Man, I haven't won anything since the time of Edison. We just went to a haunted house. It was haunted.
Very haunted. Yeah.
By mostly clowns. And we were there.
There were clowns, there were witches, there was a butcher shop. There was a nice vibrating floor.
Actually, that made my spine feel good.
Yeah.
And also reminded me of Nikola Tesla. He was nothing like Edison, though, who would go and electrocute an elephant. So without further ado, here's a clip of that wonderful haunted house that we just were at.
Here on Dudes
Tones
and Brews. It's not the best. I mean, this is not a definitive list. This is more like what Josh had hanging out in his Halloween organizational tote.
Yeah, but they're like these clear plastic bags.
Yeah, you can see through both sides. It's pretty nice. We'll try and get you some B-roll of it.
They're sold out on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Of those
Maybe
bags?
Those VHS collectors, you know?
Yeah.
They're very popular these days. The people that would be of the age that would want to collect VHS are also of the age that they might have expendable income. You know? But that's beside the point. Let's talk about the tapes we have before us. What do you want to start with?
Well, first off, absolutely.
Gotta go there first. That was my thought, too.
Yeah.
The Tree House of Horror. There's only 2 episodes on here? God, tape capacity is terrible.
You know what's great about this as well is it's only 1 episode of Treehouse of Horror, and then it's another episode of just The Simpsons.
It's a cool collector item. I like the artwork. And the Treehouse of Horror, just like broadly, is a wonderful part of the Halloween season. Are they still doing Treehouse of Horror?
They're still doing Treehouse of Horror. Their last season was actually pretty good.
Simpsons goes through phases.
Yeah, and then you get moments where you're like, Simpsons is good and then whatever. But it was cutting edge when it came out, and it'll never have that same tour de force that it had. But now it's part of the zeitgeist.
It's legendary. Yeah, it's enshrined. You know, like if you're working on The Simpsons, you made it. It's like getting a violin seat in the New York Philharmonic or something like that.
Yeah.
We're gonna go Ghostbusters first.
Okay.
Original Ghostbusters. Now, I love this movie.
Right.
It's so very good. Although I think I'm more familiar with Ghostbusters 2, but I've been told that Ghostbusters 2 is basically Ghostbusters again, right? It's the same plot. They just like substituted some of the characters.
The stakes are different.
The stakes are different.
The first Ghostbusters, it's like literally the end of the world biblical stuff happening.
Oh, yeah.
To a point where you're like, this isn't just Ghostbusters. These guys are like really fighting some sort of like cosmic spiritual threat, like something that's beyond.
Yeah, this is Keymaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have to like use the No, they don't have to use the Statue of Liberty. That's in the second one.
They just cross their streams at just
They cross the streams, and but there's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man that comes to kill him.
Yeah.
Right? That's in Ghostbusters 1.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. And they do kind of blur. And I think what happens with movies like this is they would play Ghostbusters 2 a lot more on TV. It was easier for them to get a hold of it.
Right.
It's just like Superman 4, Quest for Peace, seen it the most.
Everybody's got Superman 4 up here.
Yeah,
they got syndicated.
Yeah, you know why? Yeah, because it was the one that was on regular TV when you didn't have cable, and they would play it over and over on Sunday movies. And then it's like...
It's the same reason that we've all seen The Shawshank Redemption like 17 times. It was on TNT. Now, that's a different era, right? It was after this that we're talking about.
Yeah. But
idea.
Shawshank is a little bit more higher tier than, I'd say, Superman 4, Quest for Peace.
Is it? Okay, so we got Ghostbusters. Classic. That belongs in your Halloween repertoire. What about this one? Maybe a controversial pick. Okay, I just want to challenge you as the owner of that tape. Like, just nutshell the plot points of Ghost Dad.
All right, it's a guy that's working too much. His kids are missing him. Some sort of accident happens, and now he's dead. And his daughters are in certain pickles at school in their own social situations, and he shows up, and not only does he help them learn more about themselves, by the end they help him learn more about himself. But then, I don't know, I think at the end of Ghost Dad, he actually comes back to being human, like it was some mistake or something.
Oh, he gets to be alive again.
I think so. I think they re-alive
You check that and let us know.
It's been a while since
see if old George Corbin got that synopsis correct.
Which of these two movies would you like to check out?
I think we gotta go Scream first. Okay.
All right.
We were talking about this in studio a little bit earlier. Josh argued that it came out when people were tired of the slasher movie, when the slasher movie had been kind of played out. Like, we'd been through all the Halloweens, we've been through all the Jasons, right? And it was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. There are two.
But then this movie came out, and I remember, like, this one got people. Like, that mask, it's kind of a joke now. It's been meme-ified. But, like, when this came out, it was a seminal moment. Very good movie. Scream.
So
Drew Barrymore in it for only, like, the first 6 minutes or something like that.
maybe like 10 to 12. Like, it's
Yeah.
a pretty long, drawn-out intro. I don't know the actual runtime now.
I don't know. Check us on the runtime.
Yeah, but in all fairness, what I think this did was it bridged the gap between thriller and horror.
Oh, yeah.
And so what
Definitely.
happens is thriller is always that mystery. It's always
Who's
that,
the killer?
whodunit.
Yeah.
And then you've got horror, which is like whatever you're looking for. That it can either be like true horror where things never work
it's
out.
where that who done it like gets you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the horror.
and then, where nobody wins.
Yeah.
But occasionally there's always the final girl, which becomes the cliche with the
Of
horror
course.
genre. So it was able to juggle the two. What I liked about Scream was Wes Craven understood a good thriller, and he always got kind of pigeonholed.
That was Wes Craven? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
this was
I know.
his. This was basically his getting back into it, like the
Yeah.
swing of it, to where it's like I still got some hits,
Right.
So it's his comeback tour. Honestly, is what it was.
Yeah, I did
And,
not know it was Wes Craven.
So he was able to take his knowledge of doing things like A Nightmare on Elm Street, Last House on the Left,
Yeah.
many other films. Like he understood it. He took a good story with good idea of the plot of a horror film done, like I said, is more of a thriller. I actually got the ability to see it at the Art Craft 2 years ago, and it was fresh again.
Cinematic experience.
It was like 450 people in one room staring at the same screen, and the jokes were hitting.
Yeah.
It's a very funny movie. It's almost like a Scooby-Doo movie too. It's like
Yeah.
very much like you got Jamie Kennedy in there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the two guys, it's Jamie Kennedy and the other, that are like constantly satirizing the entire thing.
Yeah.
They're almost like Shakespearean. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. All right, last one on the table. Interview with the Vampire.
Ooh, what made you choose that one?
I just think that this is a quality film. Really well acted. Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Kirsten Dunst,
Yeah.
right? The story, Christian Slater, right?
Yeah, he's the
interviewer. It's a classic movie, right? I don't remember it that well. Like, if you asked me to tell you the beat points of this movie, I could not do it. But I know that it's just like a dope movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I like this movie because it works as a standalone. It's part of its own universe of like 26 books or something crazy. It's a whole thing. Vampire Lestat is the whole thing.
I didn't know that.
That's Tom Cruise's character, and then Lou is Brad Pitt.
Uh-huh.
And so it's really the whole tale of Lestat. He's the main guy, which doesn't feel that way at all in this, which I like. They did that. It's like a side quest movie.
Yeah.
And it works as a standalone. Kind of like we always go back to the Enderverse.
Always.
It's like that, where this is Bean's tale.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what. So, if you've ever seen The Queen of the Damned, that's a spiritual sequel. It's a vampire Lestat story where he becomes a rock star and he like lures people in and that was it's got Aaliyah as the queen of the vampires.
Now we've done the TV show and then a couple of joke movies and then a serious thriller, but this is like it's a film, right? It's not particularly dependent on Halloween,
right?
But it does fit in a spooky season category.
Bring it on in. It's got that Halloween vibe. It's a vampire movie.
It's a vampire movie.
You can do
It's
that.
an excellent vampire movie.
It's one of the most human vampire movies I've ever witnessed. That's what I like about it. It's so human.
The interview with the vampire, right? We're like understanding more about who is this person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there was a look at 5 tapes off of Josh's
VHS wall of fun.
Yeah.
And
not available on Amazon. Sorry, you can't get them.
That may or may not be true. And you know what? There is a bonus tape I'd like to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
And it's called The Blair Witch Project.
That movie was extremely good. That was revolutionary.
You talking about
hand cam,
right place, right time, right
yeah.
scenario. That's the most found footage film ever found at the time.
The most found footage film ever found at the time. I want to watch it right now.
You want to go check that out? Son of a gun!
It's Shrek!
Get
Shrek!
Yeah, baby!
Where is it now?
Dude, Stunts and Bros was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Do monsters eat spaghetti using tentacles, teeth, and claws? Slimy noodles and oozing sauce dripping from their jaws? Do they gather around a table and discuss their monster day, sharing monster camaraderie with their monster family? Do werewolves join for dinner once the silverware is set? Do they use their table manners or get so hungry they forget? Do the vampires eat the pasta when the sauce is garlic-free? Do they chew with their mouths open, spitting food out carelessly? Do monsters eat spaghetti using tentacles, teeth, and claws? Slimy noodles and oozing sauce dripping from their jaws? Does a mummy come unraveled when the napkins are all out? Do the others use his bandages to wipe their saucy mouths? When the zombies eat spaghetti, do they pretend meatballs are brains? Are they playing with their food, making messy spills and stains? Do the monsters eat spaghetti, using tentacles, teeth, and claws? Slimy noodles and oozing sauce dripping from their jaws? Let's hope they eat spaghetti, for that would be good news. They'd be too full to eat up kids, or any one of you.
A crooked smile mocking me. I smashed his head on Halloween. Burned it down with kerosene. The devil smiled back at me tonight. We can be who we wanna be tonight. We can mask ourselves with society tonight. Sugar roasted anarchy. House is lit up in a row. The guided children where to go. The tricks and the treats and the smelly feet. Candy is litter in the street tonight. We can be who we wanna be tonight. Mask ourselves with society tonight. Sugar crusted anarchy. dead of night, screeches stir without a fight. Creatures spirits of belief, wandering with autonomy. Wandering through the dead of night, creatures stir without a fight. Spirits spirits of belief, soaring with autonomy. Tonight, we can be who we wanna be tonight. Mask ourselves to society tonight. Crusted anarchy. To the crusted anarchy. To the night.
This has been Dudes
Toads
and Brews.
Yeah. We never talked about the candy.
You know, next year.